Hey guys, happy Monday, happy Monday, happy
Good
Monday, guys.
morning.
So we do have a speaker. It's just a matter of getting her on here. Everybody, thank you for showing up. SB, Jelly the Beast, Howard, how are you? Rebecca's here. Stacia is trying to get on, I believe. So what you do, Stacia, is come on, but you have to connect your microphone and you have to connect your camera if you want. You don't have to turn your camera on, but you do have to connect your microphone. Hey, Kathleen, I know that you're not feeling well. I'm so sorry. Kathleen's been sick. She got sick this weekend.
Feel better, Kathleen.
So, okay, Stacia entered the studio. Devices not connected. So they will need to connect their mic and camera before you can add them to the stream. So I'm just telling you, you have to add, I'm talking to you, Stacia. You have to add your device. You have to add your microphone and your camera before I can add you on. So that's what we're gonna do that. So everybody have a good weekend. How do we feel about this hour? This hour that was taken from us. I'm still like sometimes it comes upon me quickly, you know.
I don't notice. My sleep is, it doesn't affect me. I don't notice it.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. I was putting up a gypsy video and I just didn't have a thumbnail, so I got a gypsy video coming up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So anyway, anybody have anything to say while we're waiting on Stacia? I kicked her in the ass. Kicked her in the ass. Anybody going through anything that they want to talk about or anything?
I have my son's death anniversary coming up, which is, it's an unpleasant month for me because it's on the 18th will be, that was the day he passed, March 18th, and his birthday's the 27th. So that's kind of sucky.
Right.
And then it goes from that to the April and May dates that I don't like. So it's going to be a tough couple of months for me.
Right. Right.
I'll get through it. I always do.
I hear you. I think that we said this, and I have like June through like September.
Yeah.
But I'm not trying to obviously we lost one person totally different ways, obviously, right? My dad died of COVID and old age, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So but and Jen I have peace with, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
because I believe that if she had her life to live over again, I think she would live it the same way. I don't think Jen had any regrets, to be honest with you. I don't think that there was, yeah, I don't see that. But to, your grandson, that's a big one. That's
Yeah.
just a big one.
I can justify, it sounds stupid saying it that way, like Gino's death. It was a choice he made to use, and with that comes obviously the risk. And we all knew that. And I always expected that Gino would pass away from drugs, but he had been doing so well, like I said in the past, that it kind of hit me, it caught me off guard because I didn't expect it at this time. He had been doing so well. I just wasn't thinking. I started to worry less. And then, of course,
I understand that because you kind of put it in the background and you kind of think, oh, I'm over it,
yeah,
because
he's doing good. I
they've
don't have to
shown
worry as
me.
much.
Right, right,
Yeah.
right, 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 right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, just I don't know, maybe get on. Do you have an Android or do you have like the Androids work sometimes because that's what I do with Mrs. J. Those that follow Scientology, we're doing something today with Dodge. So I'll be putting up a video this evening with Dodge Lanzin, who's a big deal, I think, in Scientology as far as reporting stuff. So
Okay.
there you go. Maybe I shouldn't promote my other. Hey, welcome. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you so much. Maybe I shouldn't promote my other channel here. But anyway, yeah. So Stacia, we need you to do is it's Stasia. It's Stasia. I always say that wrong. It's because it's like from Anastasia. I think so. So
Okay.
Stasia. So I think the only thing that you have to do. SB's trying to talk to you. Maybe she knows something more than I do, but just come into you got to get on StreamYard. She tried to get on StreamYard because she was trying to get into the backstage and she couldn't because it said that she had to connect her microphone and her camera. SB is what it said. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you allowing me to do that. I really do. I appreciate you allowing me to do that. So I got to tell you, it's getting warmer here.
Here too. Yeah.
Kathleen, this is look at yeah, we love you and we appreciate you. Thank you. Um, Wendy Williams. Every time I see that name, it's like you got to picture Wendy Williams and how
Yeah.
you
Me
doing,
too.
right? I
Yeah.
mean, every
That's
time it's
exactly what I
like,
was thinking. Same thing.
I wonder what she sounds like. She probably sounds nothing like that.
Right.
Anyway.
You
She
can't help
became
but think
Wendy
about
Williams by getting married. She became Wendy Williams by getting married. Allow it to connection, then turn the camera off before Toddy brings you up. Oh yeah, I'll make sure that our camera's turned off. Like I won't let somebody come on. Oh, Porky's, remember that? That was a movie way back when. Remember?
Oh
That
my
was one of
God.
the. Maybe I'll watch that later to laugh. I've been doing that. I've been watching the older stuff and just kind of laughing and watching some newer stuff. I've been watching. You know what I've been watching? Love Story, the John F. Kennedy Jr.
How is that?
and Carolyn Bessette. So, you know, I don't really know how truthful it is.
Um,
Um, they had problems, and I think that I don't know. Maybe things would have been definitely if his mother had such an influence over him, because he wanted to be an actor and he
mhm.
loved the stage, and that I know. I mean, because you heard that from several different sources,
Right.
and so he was forced into a life that had to do with serving people because of his last name, and not everybody wants that. Not everybody, wants that benevolence, right? So, but I don't know. He just, he wanted to live more of a private life. He wanted to be, I guess, famous as an actor, not so much a private life, but he didn't want his last name to dictate who he was.
Right.
So I understood that he struggled with that. I guess he fell in love with this woman. It might have been by default, because I think he definitely fell in love with Daryl Hannah, but his mother, his family just didn't like her, and
They
that can
dated
mess
for
things
11
up.
years, though, right?
Yeah, they lived together for a few years and they
Right.
dated for about 4 or 5 years.
So it
And
was because the family didn't like her. That's
yeah,
why.
she didn't, well,
Oh,
because he didn't, I don't know that the family really ever gave her a chance because she was an actress and
they didn't.
they didn't see that as any kind of intelligent job. And she also, if you want to get into the drama of it and the conspiracies, there is the conspiracy of perhaps JFK Sr. was involved with Marilyn Monroe, who was an actress.
Yeah.
And that might be one reason why. But I think it would just be because I guess she wanted more for her kids. In the meantime, that's a rough thing, to
Yeah.
want more, because you have to, in my opinion, let your kids, it's their lives. You gotta, let your kids, you know,
Yeah.
so.
It's a shame.
So I don't know where Stasia is, but Anyway, so yeah, that's on Hulu, and you can get it through Prime. That's the best way I think to get stuff is to do like a bundle. It's cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check it out. I thought about watching it the other day, and then I didn't have much time to watch, so I but I'll do it one time, like one Saturday or something when I got nothing in the early
Yeah,
morning.
well, there's like 7 episodes now, I think.
Yeah.
So there's an episode every week. So, you know, I don't know. I think this next week's the final one. I think I don't remember.
Oh wow. Okay.
So if you get it, you could spend a whole day binge watching the whole
That's what
series.
I thought. Yeah, I'd like to do that. Get it, get it all in one
Yeah, so
shot.
just do it. I think next week, and it will be. I
Yeah.
believe. I believe. I believe I can fly
Saturday, I have.
in the
I
park.
don't know if I if I told you that about the polar plunge. Have you heard of that? Yeah. So
Yes,
Saturday,
and
I'm going. I'm
Corey's
not
teacher.
participating, but
Corey's teacher, right?
yeah. So we're gonna couple of us are gonna go support her. In the
Yeah. So
plunge.
do you have? Is there? Do you have like any kind of donation or GoFundMe or anything
She
like?
does on her. She had she posted like you can. It goes not to her but to the cause. The special needs or whatever. So she had a link somewhere. It's not. I didn't do it, but she does have a link to donate to the organization. It's so funny because it's the polar plunge is kind of, I guess, funded and supported by the New Jersey State Police, and my feelings with the police, and who happens to be a retired state police officer and
Right.
stuff. So it's kind of funny that I would be there in support of this, but it's the organization, it's not the police department that I'm there for.
I understand that, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing because you can't throw the baby out with the bathwater. And
Exactly.
it's a good thing what the teacher's doing, and I would go ahead and post that if you would want me to for the
Yeah, maybe
GoFundMe.
I'll
I
send
could
it
post
to
that.
you.
Yeah, we
I'll
could
send it to you.
definitely post it in our thing.
Sure. I'll get it to you after the show today. I know she would appreciate it, and the organization, that the cause, it's for a good cause.
Anybody that and just tell everybody exactly what it's for, please.
Janae said I should have the keys to New Jersey. I want out. Lock me out of Jersey. I'd like to be anywhere but here.
Yeah, but I want you to tell everybody what the money's for the plunge, please. If you would just
It's for special needs children. I don't know I only know what it's called, and that a bunch of people jump into the ice cold ocean. I never really put much thought into it before Corey's teacher decided to do it. So I don't want to misinform people, but the money goes for special needs children.
okay. So it doesn't have anything to do with Corey. We're just supporting.
No, she's just kind of, in
We're
our own
supporting her.
way. This is kind of like, a nod to Corey, and it's just around the timing and stuff. So yeah, her and Corey had a bond. They, so she
I'll
was a
go
good
ahead.
part of his
Hang
life.
on one second. So I'll go ahead and I'll put a link. When you send me the link, and I could post it here, and I'll post it on my posts, and it'll go directly over there. It has nothing to do with me.
I'll try to look for it while we're on here, but
Well, don't yet, because I'm sitting here talking to you. I don't want to talk by myself.
yeah,
We can put it
good with
at
that.
the end. What's going on with my friend? Let me see if there's any emails here.
Oh, Cassandra Rose is in the chat. I think I saw her in another chat last night, if I'm not mistaken. We're both making the same rounds, I think.
Hang on a second. I want to see something. I want to see if I got anything from Stasia.
I try to catch up on weekends late at night with all the YouTube stuff, and there's just so much. I don't get to watch everybody, but I try to, like when I'm in somebody else's live, I'm like, oh, I think I recognize somebody in the chat from one of our chats, and I'm like, maybe it's not the same person. It could be a number or a letter off, or something. But sometimes I think like we're following each other. Some of us, we're in the same chats and lives.
She asked you how you're feeling, Cassandra Rose.
Oh, I'm okay.
And
I'm
listen,
good.
sometimes, just so you know that it might be different. In all fairness to people, I don't know, because this has got like the E7I at the end of it.
Yeah, it could be. It could be a totally different person. That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
and Cassandra
I never
Rose
know.
could just be Cassandra Rose, and then there could be an E7I at the end of it. Here we go. We got her. We
Oh,
got her.
good.
Okay, but I need you to. Okay, I don't even know if I could hear you yet, so I want you first of all to shut the camera off. Now there's an icon there that has like a movie camera. Just shut that off. Just that. It didn't shut off. The camera didn't. No, I just need the camera to shut off so that we're not getting faces. It's an icon of a movie camera. It's next to. There you go. Perfect. 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 Now let me ask you a question. Go ahead and let me see your face again because I can't hear you, please. So it gives your full name. We don't want that. Yeah, no, you don't want that, right? So, if you could go to your edit, you see where it looks like a pencil? Maybe you could edit it and you could just put S. You could just put S if you want. Okay, cool. Thank you, Rebecca.
It's the only way I could find to send it. I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to put it right here. All right. I want to see if I don't know if I grabbed it there. Okay. So I'm sorry if you go to let me see something. Okay. Let me see if I can change it. I'm going to try to change your name. Okay, now turn your camera off, please. Okay. So I'm going to bring you on. I don't want you to mess with anything. Okay, I want to bring you on. We can't see anything. It just says S. There is a picture of you though. Do you want this picture of you up? Because this is a picture of you. So show me your face again if that's okay. Otherwise, I'll try to get rid of that. It's okay if we put the picture up. Okay, cool beans. All right, let me try to get your microphone here. Okay. All right. I'm gonna bring you on. Don't mess with anything, and we'll go up like this. Okay, so you're up here. Can I hear you? Can I talk to me?
I can hear y'all. Can y'all hear me?
We can. Hello, welcome,
Hi,
and thank you.
guys.
Welcome and thank you.
Good
You're
morning.
so welcome. Thank y'all.
So I'm glad that you wanted to share your story, and I'm hopeful that we've been waiting. So
Right. I am as well. And I'm sorry for being late. That was all me.
No. You're good. You're good. Thank you for taking the time and doing this. And you're getting
Yeah.
you're getting love here in the comments and stuff.
Oh,
So
thanks, y'all. I'm gonna turn
yeah.
red, but y'all can't see it. I wanted to kind of preface something if that were okay. And if I start to take over, Toddy, tell me to sit down. Because I
Well,
don't try
everybody
to.
knows that I'm some sort of dictator, so that should be easy.
No.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm kind of in awe because I've watched Toddy for a long time and I feel like she's my friend. And then
Thank you for that. Thank
Rebecca,
you for that.
I love Rebecca. My heart has bled for you
Thank
since day
you.
one. And it's hard for me to talk to you. And I apologize for that because I'm going to break up. But just know that it's all love.
Thank you.
So how do you say your name?
It's Stacia. So like
Stacia.
Anastasia, but not the Stasia. It's Stacia.
Stacia. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I apologize for the several times I got it wrong.
No worries. No
Mean
worries.
any
I've been
disrespect.
called worse.
So would you like to just begin with your story and go ahead and just start with your story and know that this is a safe space? I'm going to pay a lot of attention to the chat to help with the mods, just so you know, but
Awesome.
please, you know,
Appreciate
this
that.
is a safe space here. So please,
I
and
appreciate that.
thank you again for sharing your
Thank
story
you.
with us.
I'm happy you're
Yeah.
here. And I just real
Thank you.
quick want to say something before she starts. If you notice I'm looking down, I'm not ignoring everybody, but I'm also trying to follow the chat on a different device. So I'm alert. So I'm not
Okay.
ignoring anybody.
No
All
worries
right.
on my end. I guess I'll start with, if it gets boring, start asking me questions though, because I don't want to bore y'all.
I
Um,
promise.
but
We got you.
I was raised by grandparents that were born in the 30s, so that kind of, I don't know, I kind of like being a generation under me. I kind of, or I don't know, y'all. I'm gonna mess up a lot of things that I say today. Just
Don't
I'm
worry
not
about
used
it.
to this, but
Take your
anyway,
time.
I think that that makes a person different, but not necessarily in a bad way. My parents were in the picture; they were just young, and then they divorced, and they were both alcoholics. So I say that just because you'll figure it out. But there's a, you know, thing there. But and they divorced, and then I lived with my grandparents. And then when I was 15, my grandfather passed away at 59. So from then on, I didn't have a male figure. We'll just say that. And I got married at graduated high school at 17, married at 18, had my daughter at 19, um, had my son at 23. And by the time I was 25, um, my husband was taking some kind of medication. I knew it, I could tell. I mean, by tell, I mean, I saw him take the medication that helped his headaches. And one day I had a headache, and he said, "Do you want this?" And I said, "If it'll help." And let me say, I'm not blaming him. Everything I've taken has been on me. I don't blame him. But he gave me a Vicodin, and I don't want to trigger anybody. So if anybody's triggered, y'all let me know, and I'll stop saying names of things. Okay.
Hmm.
Um. Ooh, I don't want to say okay. I sound like Gypsy. Yuck. Okay. Um. Anyway. I don't know where I was, y'all. Okay, the Vicodin. Yeah.
Right.
So I took the Vicodin, and it did what it does to a lot of people, and it helped my emotional pain as well as the headache. So, and then I had a lot of energy, and boy, I
That's
loved
an
my
important.
husband
Let
that
me
night. Like
interrupt you for one
everything was
second.
good, you
Let me
know.
just interrupt you for
Um,
1 second. So I just want
yeah,
to interrupt you for 1 second because that's important. What you just struck on there was emotional pain. And
mhm,
that's a really simple way of saying that you're in pain. I mean, like it's so clear, it's so strong, and I don't want people to just go over that
I
because
appreciate
a
that.
lot of people feel emotional pain and they just feel like, well, you got to live with it. And all of a sudden you take something and that
And you're
feeling is
released.
lifted
Yes,
and you
ma'am.
don't realize that. So, I mean, that's really important that people realize how naive and ignorant it is when you take
Right.
something for the first time and you don't expect it to do that. So I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm so sorry.
No, please, please. Um, and then so I'll wrap the that story up with 14 months later, I was taking 30 a day,
Oh
and
my
I'm
gosh.
4'11" and about 9 pounds. So I'm like a seventh grader. And I was taking 30 pills a day. And um, this is kind of a cool side note. Um, the night before I went to the methadone clinic to get off the pills, I saw a commercial on my local television about a methadone clinic. Didn't even know what it was, y'all, but thought if they offer help, I'm down because I have to get out of this 30 a day. This is horrible. There's a lot of horrible things that went on in that time. And so I saw a commercial about the methadone clinic. I drove over the next morning
Well, I
and
want to ask you a question because you said that we could ask you questions if
asked
that's all right.
100%. Yes.
Okay. So, how were you? obtaining 30 a day? Because a lot of people, I think, would question that. I mean,
Okay, yeah.
and
That's true.
how long ago was this again? This was
Okay, yeah, let's
before
put a
the
name. Let's put a number. Good idea.
only because
This,
this was before the fentanyl epidemic that's going on. Is that fair to say?
yes. Yes, it was
Okay.
the late 90s.
Oh, okay. So that's a big deal. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. So the late
Yeah.
90s, but
And
how
you
are you
could
obtaining 30 a day? Like, how do you
100% the streets, and my husband took them too. So he obtained, and I didn't sustain, you know?
Right, right, right.
So,
I understand.
yeah. So 30 a day. And so I started taking the maintenance medication that I will not talk negative about because I think it saved my life. But back to that commercial I saw, I went over there and there's, you fill out these forms and the form said, how'd you hear about us? And I said, I saw y'all's commercial. And they said, we didn't do a commercial. And I was like, whoa. And y'all have to, I have to go back. I'm a Christian and I believe in stuff like that. So I saw a commercial, y'all, and they didn't do one. So I felt like, okay, the Lord's telling me, go, this is your outlet. Maybe your outlet right now isn't always what it's going to be, but this is how I'm going to get you out of this mess. And that's where I went. And the thing for me is methadone was too strong. And I just became addicted to that. I just
What
took
the
too much of
methadone?
that.
Oh, the methadone? So,
Yeah, I just abused the methadone.
wow. Don't you had to go there
So
every day, right? Didn't you have to go
for
there
the
every
first
day?
year, for the first year, you
And
go every
it's
day.
liquid, right? Isn't it liquid form?
Yes, ma'am. And you have
Okay.
to drive over there for the first year every day except Sunday. They would send you home on Saturday. And back
Right.
then, the law was you could come home with 30 doses after you've been there a year. So I had 30 doses
Wow.
in my car as I'm driving back a month, and 15 days in, I was out. So, yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Anyway, I had to get off of that. That's long story short. I had to get off of that and I went cold turkey and don't do that. And I don't recommend anybody cold turkeying anything. It can be dangerous. But
Oh, that especially that. That
yes,
you could
ma'am.
die from that. You could
Yes,
die
ma'am.
from cold turkey on that.
Mm-hmm. So don't
Wow.
do that or alcohol. Those are horrible things to cold
That
turkey.
and Valium.
There
And
you go.
Valium. You can't do that, Valium, or that. Yep,
So
can't do that.
my motto is just don't cold turkey, right? But I did. So 9 months later, I'm still in pain, y'all. I had to quit my job. I was laying in the fetal. I'm not kidding. I was down to 80 pounds then.
Mm.
Um, and it was horrible. And this whole time, my husband's still taking pills, but I didn't know. I didn't know. But anyway, so 7, 8 years later, I cold turkeyed the methadone. And later on, went to rehabs. Um, Later on, got on Suboxone, and I've been on it for a long time, and I don't abuse it, and it saved my life. But yeah,
So, Suboxone, I know that it used to come, I don't know if it still does, but it came as a strip, I want to say.
yes, it's
Yeah, the
bilingual.
little
I mean,
film.
not bilingual. What's it called?
Where it goes
Sublingual.
under the
Lingual.
tongue. Yeah, it goes
Sublingual. Not
so it goes
bilingual,
under
y'all.
the tongue, right?
Yeah,
And I think that let me ask you a question, and I just want
please.
to know because people have said different things. Now, some of the Suboxone comes in pill form, right?
Yes, yes,
Okay. So, and from my understanding, you can get high off of Suboxone if you take it wrong, right?
100%. I think you can get high off any of those maintenance things, or in my experience, if you misuse it.
Right.
I can, yeah. Wow. So, and so I would consider you sober. Do you consider
Yes,
yourself sober? I can, yeah.
absolutely. So just to
And
be 100%, I smoke pot and I always have, but that's never
mhm,
been an issue. I just have a addictive personality as well, so
mhm.
I just got addicted to some bad things.
Right, right. Well, I think that, good for you. Good for you for catching yourself, especially before the hot mess of the fentanyl came in.
Oh
That's
yeah,
where
I'd have
things,
killed myself, not on purpose, but I would have OG'd
well, because you're playing Russian roulette out there, unfortunately.
each
Yeah.
time.
You know, it's
each and every
really,
time.
yeah. It
I ask
really
you
is.
a question, if you don't
I'm
mind? I have
sorry.
a question. Does anything ever trigger you to feel like you might want to go back to taking a pill for to make something go away or feel better? Does that ever happen to you?
Yes, ma'am. That happens when I'm happy, when I'm sad, I don't know. That's a hard question. Everything triggers me. I
Right.
can be happy and think about it. I can be sad and think about it. So is that a trigger that I don't know? I'm sorry. I don't, that's all I know how to say it.
Don't be sorry. Don't
No,
be sorry.
that's a good
It-
answer. I mean,
it-
it's your answer. You know, it makes sense.
Right. It's the good times and the bad times for me. I don't know
Yeah.
why.
Yeah.
did you have to go to any, so you said that you went to rehab. Did you do like 30 days?
Several.
Well, so how was like the rehab? What did that look like? If you can
So
talk
the
about
first
that.
rehab, okay, so the first rehab was before the methadone clinic, and I was trying to get off, and so that was 90, no, well, I don't know, y'all, but anyway, um, that rehab, they just never took. They would give me a medication while I was there, and I would detox, I guess I should say. I didn't go to 30 days there. So I guess
Okay.
I should say I detoxed 4 or 5 times in a kind of a rehab place.
Okay. That's fair.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
fair. Yeah.
And each time, I would have some sustained sobriety,
Right.
but not like I feel like I do now, right? So I would have moments. So I got anyway. I went back to the pills and got on the methadone, and then got back on the pills after that. Before the Suboxone, and went to rehab several times. So not rehab, but detox several times.
Right.
Wow.
I never felt okay. One thing I would do is okay, when I was trying to get better, my husband was always like, don't take, don't let the doctor prescribe you something too much. Like, don't just start, on something you're still gonna be messed up. So I was always so careful, and like, I don't want to ask them, I don't want to tell the doctor that I'm still hurting, I'm still in withdrawal. I have to be tough, and I have to only ask for half of this because it was just a situation. I had to be tough because, or my husband would be a jerk. But anyway,
Right. Wow.
and he was taking pills.
Wow. So he's giving you advice while he's still abusing the pills.
Right. And he would mock me and say, "Oh, you just switched one thing for another." And I feel that, like, I get where people see that. But when you finally have to make up your own mind to stop abusing whatever, and so I had to just finally make up my own mind.
Well, not just that, but at least you took control of it. It didn't take control over you. I mean, that's the way it was going to be in your life. So who was going to drive the car? You
Mm-hmm.
decided you were going to take over the wheel. If you're going to share your
Agreed.
life with it, that's it. But at least you got the wheel, and that's just the way I would look at it. Yeah, okay,
I
but at
agree.
least I got the wheel. So exactly, and this is what Janae says exactly. So he was weaponizing your progress for self sabotaging.
100%. And I didn't know that.
Right.
You know, and I can tell you kind of the story about my marriage. So I was married 20 years. Um, we were like any other couple, and in need of money, struggling when we were younger, and then we had a comeuppance, I guess, and like people do, you get older, you do better. And 20 years later,
Oh,
he,
we'd like to think so for sure.
right, right. But 20 years later, I found out that he was living with another woman and her children at the same time that he was living with me and our children, and I didn't know,
Oh,
and that was a slap in the gut. And
Were
so he
those
left.
his
Yeah.
children? Were those his children as well, or those were
No,
just
no.
those? Okay, well that's still kind of good. It's, I mean, if there
Right.
had to be that way, at least he wasn't living a completely double life.
Right, but I felt like a Lifetime movie. It was just crazy and a hard time, and I was on methadone at the time. So this is when I'm talking about my story or whatever. It started in the mid '90s, and it goes all the way up to today. So
Right, right. Wow.
But that's a nutshell. If y'all want to ask me anything, I'm pretty
I,
honest.
where's your husband now, if you don't mind answering that? Are you still with
Yeah, no
him?
worries. He is still in the same state as I am. He has a good relationship with our kids. He's married to not that woman that he cheated with. He's married to another woman, and they have a little boy.
Oh,
I have complete apathy for him, and that's all I wanted because I was heartbroken for a long time.
right. Is he still using the pills? Do you know?
He's on Suboxone actually, and
Okay.
I can't say if he takes it right, but I know he's on Suboxone. So
Well, let's pray that he's doing the right thing, you know.
Absolutely.
absolutely,
Okay.
100%.
Absolutely. I agree. I
So
agree. Does anybody in the chat have anything that they might like to ask respectfully? I think we got a bunch of respectful people in here.
I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
So where is your life today? Are you I mean you're still using the maintenance medication and it's working for you. What about your, you know, how do you feel? Like how do you feel?
I physically feel great, and I feel normal,
Good.
and so that's a good thing. And it's sucks that I have to take a medication to just be normal, but it is.
Well, do you think let's examine that for a moment. Do you think that had you have taken a medication to be normal that maybe was prescribed by, you know, psychiatrist, um what do you think about that? What do you think if somebody would have diagnosed and said, "Hey, listen, you're never going to feel normal
Uh,
unless, you know, you take this medication because the normal people have all of this going on, but you're missing this one thing, and this pill is going to make you feel normal." So, would you look at it a different way if that was the case?
I think I would.
Well, that might be the case. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
I know. It just hit me when you said it.
You know, that very well might be there. Not everybody is, we all, there's a lot of things that are coming out now that people didn't talk about back in the day. Like, I definitely had some sort of ADD as a child. It just wasn't it wasn't anything anybody spoke about. I mean,
Right,
I'd read the same sentence over and over and over and over again, and I'd forget what I read. We were called where we didn't concentrate. That's what we were called. Lack of
well,
concentration. You know what I'm saying?
right,
So, or we didn't pay attention enough. No, now it's a learning disability. You know what I'm saying? Not allowed to make fun of it, yet let alone punish somebody for it.
right,
Right.
But
right,
you know, so I don't think that, you know, I'm grateful I didn't take medications and stuff like that. And I did learn older at an older age how to like learn correctly for somebody that had issues with things. But
right,
you know, I don't think that you should beat yourself up because you need something to take to be normal. Be grateful you're taking what you're taking to be normal. Maybe
I
there was
appreciate
a,
that.
you know, so yeah.
So
I
many
appreciate
of
that.
us are on things to feel normal. Myself, I'm on medication, not, you know, a maintenance medication, you know, but
Right,
if I didn't take my medication and see my doctor, um, I I'd be a little, you know, I'm still
right,
not right, but I'd be more not so. If I didn't take the medication, I'd be in a whole different place. Do you know what I mean? Like
yes,
the medication gets me to where I am today. If I didn't take it, I don't know where I'd be. I guess if that makes sense.
that makes perfect sense. It opens a new perspective for me. I appreciate that.
Yeah. People are saying they're proud of you.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
just gonna read
Saying
that. I was just
thanks.
gonna read
I'm
that.
blushing.
I was
takes a
just gonna
lot to
read that.
come on here and tell people your personal, especially, you know, so many
Right,
people, not
negative
here in
things.
our group, but people judge. And
Yeah,
we try to
Right,
be a judgment free zone here, you know, but it's hard to tell because you don't know what people are going to say when you start pouring your heart out, you know. So it takes a lot of courage to do what you're doing, and we appreciate it.
absolutely.
I appreciate you
So
all.
let me ask you a question if that's okay. So
Please.
TNT wrote that Suboxone is harder to get off of than any other street drug. And I could I can is that true or you don't know?
I mean, I think that's all personal, but so I'm not going to take away from that. Could be like I think different drugs are hard for different people.
Okay.
So I can agree with that for sure. I think it's probably pretty hard to get off of. I'm kind of assigned myself to the place where, okay, if this is something I have to take, till I die, it's something I have to take till I die.
So
Right.
that's where my question comes in.
Hmm.
So, all medication, unfortunately, is so expensive anymore. And
Hmm.
these medications, unfortunately, aren't considered life threatening medications, yet they are.
Right. Yes, they are.
Because, well, they are because you shouldn't just, like you said, go
Cold
cold turkey.
turkey.
So,
Right.
what happens if it comes a time in a place where this medication is so expensive as you get older, you're no longer insured, or what have you?
Yeah, that's a big fear. And I do have that fear.
Yeah, I could believe that.
But I can't, I also, with that said, I can't live in that fear. And I have to do
Right,
what helps me today and
right.
tomorrow, you know?
Yeah. Somebody was asking if you've ever tried to stop taking the Suboxone.
I have. I've had stints where I've been off of it. Unfortunately, I went back to doing something else or something at the time. So I always ended up back on it.
Right.
And that's where my life became stable. And I don't give that all the credit to give the glory to the Lord anyway. But that's when I became what I call stable ish.
Oh,
So, no, that's again, you took what you had to take control of your life. So, Janae writes, how long did it take? How long did it take you to leave your husband? And after you left, was it easier for you to maintain sobriety journey, and why?
Oh, that's a good one.
mm,
There's
Um,
twofer. There's a twofer. That's Janae.
I
She
hear
might not
that,
be
Janae.
feeling well,
Thank
but her
you.
brain's working good.
So he left me. I wanted to save my family, and I stayed, and he presented me with divorce papers, and I signed them. He came back a year later because him and that girl broke up, and I moved back in with him with our children. My dumbass. And
Yes, you
6 months
saw the
later,
look
yeah,
on my face. The look
yeah,
on my face was,
yeah, my dumbass. So yeah,
don't do that. Don't do that.
I wanted
We got stories to tell. You know, there if you were
right,
still in love, you would have been going through your life saying what would have
right,
happened, what would have happened.
exactly,
So,
exactly. I don't have to do that.
right.
So and then the second part of the question, I'm sorry, I forgot it.
The second part of the question was it easier for you to maintain your sobriety and your journey, and if so, why?
I'd say yes because I didn't have him like, um, you know, kind of just bashing me for it.
Okay, so we're gonna take a fun question, and I'm not making fun of the question. It's
no, that's a
I'm
good
not.
question. Good
No,
I'm
it
not.
question,
is.
Marissa.
What, this one right here?
Yeah, I was kind of wondering, but I'm glad somebody else asked. I was kind of nervous to ask, but
Okay.
good
Well, I
question.
just
So
want to tell you that please, this person's good people,
Yeah,
and
she means
it's
no
yeah.
harm.
I
Just
don't
just
think
the
that there's
question.
no harm taken.
okay. So where'd you think he was going when he was somewhere else?
You dumbass. No.
That's not
He
what she
was.
said. Okay,
Mhm.
No, I'm kidding. No, that's me, y'all. That's me. Um, we worked in the oil and gas business, and he traveled, and it was, he was always in and out. It was normal when he was really
okay.
working, so I didn't know.
Wow.
Well,
Wow.
that makes sense. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah, yeah. And
So
I tell you what, I probably knew before I knew. I just didn't want to know.
right, right,
Like
right, right, right.
I wish
Yeah.
that I didn't know now what I didn't know then, type thing.
Right, right. And it's hard to come across somebody unless you have proof. You know what I mean? Because they're going to deny, even if you have proof.
Agree.
So you got to have it. Otherwise, you're having, it's futile. You know what
Well,
I mean?
one
It's
time my
like it
daughter,
doesn't make any sense.
right? One time my daughter saw her dad, and he was supposed to be, out of town, and she was like, "I just saw dad." She was driving age, so I just saw dad's truck, and I'm like, "Really?" no, you didn't, you know, and she was 16. I was like, oh, you're just dumb. But yeah, I'm sure she saw her dad's truck.
Wow. Wow. So
So
wait, he was living like near you where you lived with this other person? Was it nearby?
Yeah, correct. We were in the Dallas Fort Worth area, so it was just a surrounding area.
Wow, how about that?
wow,
Hmm.
what nerve? I mean, that's a
Right?
lot of
I was
gall,
gonna
right?
say ballsy, but you said nerve. Okay.
I said
Right.
noise. I didn't say nerve. I said
There
noise.
you go. Yeah, I couldn't
My
get the
barber
accent.
right saying. Okay, so here we go. What is the biggest advice you'd give yourself about self-worth? This is a great question. In that situation with your husband to help others that are in unhealthy domestic relationships during sobriety. Great question.
Oh my gosh, the pressure of that one.
You don't have to answer anything, and if you don't know, then you know, please don't feel obligated. She
Right.
does have a wrench though.
Honestly, I don't know. I'll have to think about that one. Can I get back to you on that one?
Absolutely, absolutely,
Definitely.
Okay.
absolutely. That's Janae.
Um, Toddy, there was somebody, I don't see them now. TNT was giving some, saying that she or he had some experience with, I
Right.
guess, Suboxone, but I don't know where they went because I said if they wanted to come up, but maybe I scared them away.
No, 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 no. I don't think that you're scaring them. No, I don't think so. They don't. But uh, so no, she was talking about that it was harder.
Yeah. Now,
It was.
well, the
It was.
invitation is there if they ever want to come up and speak
Yeah.
about
Oh,
it.
she's here. She's in the comment. Would you
Okay,
like to come
here
up,
you are.
TNT?
Thought I scared.
TNT.
Dynamite.
Living my life with Lisa. I was sent to a pain management from my primary care doctor and was prescribed. Yep. Which the manufacturer said they were not. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Well, great. I'm gonna send you a link here. Let me see if I can grab it, and then you could jump on it. Let me see.
So,
Hang on.
Stacey, you have children, correct? You
Yes,
do have
ma'am.
children? Yeah, they're older now, I'm assuming.
They're 31 and 27. Yes, ma'am.
So, how do they feel about? Do they know about all that you
Yes,
went through and you deal with daily? They are aware.
they lived it, you know.
And
So
how are they
yeah,
with you now? They're proud of you and you have a good
absolutely.
relationship.
Yes, it was a long time coming, but yes.
Good, very good.
I don't live in the same town as them, and I never thought it would be. But as my daughter says, you can't chase both of us from town to town, you know. And we've been through a lot, but it's finally good.
Yeah, that's good.
I think the
So
hardest part for me is shame and guilt, but that's probably for everybody.
yeah,
So
and we have shame and guilt for so many different reasons, not just, what you're going through. That's just a normal part of life, you just
yeah,
nobody's perfect. And
right.
there are people that judge and we just have to deal with that. We can't change how other people look at us. Trust me, I've tried.
Thanks. That's helpful. It
You
really
just
is.
you can't change how they feel or their thoughts. So we just deal with it.
I
Right,
agree.
right,
That's good
right.
stuff.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah, I'm sorry. I got an email that I was reading.
no, no.
No, sorry about that.
Oh,
So,
Tibor wanted to know how much in the 90s, how much did it cost for each pill? When you said you were taking 30 a day, I guess street, you're buying them on the
Yeah,
street. He or she wants to know how much each pill back then.
they were $5 back then.
Jeez,
Yeah.
in the 90s. Wow.
Is that, and by G's, is that, what did you think it would be?
I don't know because I don't know. I
isn't 5 times 30 like
That's
$150?
what I'm thinking. I'm
Yeah,
doing
I
the
know.
dollar amount.
I
I'm like,
know.
wow, it's a lot of
I
money.
prom
No,
like
that is a lot of money. I mean,
I
like,
was, yeah,
listen, I'm not,
We're
don't
not
get me
judging.
wrong.
I'm just
I'm
saying
yeah,
not
this.
at all because I had my own problems. I had my problems with, the white stuff. And,
right.
that was about 4 years. And I had, had a little bit with the Percocet, um, but it kind of made me just really tired. You know what I'm saying? So, but
Right.
anyway,
So the answer to
probably
that, I
weed has
guess.
probably saved me a lot. I got news for you because I preferred weed over everything. So I'm
Right. I
grateful for
feel
that.
that.
I was never a drinker. I mean, I've gotten drunk, and there's stories, but I'm not a drinker. There's not even alcohol in my house. There hasn't been.
I don't drink either.
Yeah.
I guess
But
for
anyway, I'm
like
sorry. Go
the
ahead.
question about the money, I was
Oh,
my
we got
grandmother always
TNT here
funded.
too.
I'm sorry.
I said we have TNT here as well.
Oh,
So
nice.
Oh,
Hi, TNT.
good.
I'm gonna bring her up or
Please.
him. I don't know. How you doing? Welcome. Can you speak for me a little bit so I could hear you? TNT? TNT? Are you there?
I am here. I'm trying to
Okay,
like
great.
get rid of my YouTube voice so I can hear you guys there, not echo.
Yeah, just shut off. You can shut off the YouTube. Just stay in the StreamYard, and you can hear
Okay, how's
everything.
that? Is
Great.
that good?
That's perfect. Thank you for joining us. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
joining us.
Hi, ladies.
Hey,
So,
hey.
so share with us.
So my addiction was also the perks, and it was years ago. And I kind of slipped into the back door of a doctor who locally gave them. Suboxone wasn't very common back then. It was just coming onto the scene, and it
Mm-hmm.
was really hard to get in my rural area.
Oh, wow.
So went into the gynecologist who prescribed them and claimed just to be going to the gynecologist, right?
Mhm.
To slip in to get the Suboxone because he was the only doctor in the area that could prescribe them. And he was
Wow.
full at the time.
Right.
He did prescribe them Suboxone. It's still very hard to get at that time where you couldn't just go into the pharmacy with your prescription and get it. You know, it might take
Right.
a couple days for the pharmacy to actually get them in. Anyway, that was so then it was first originally the pills, you know.
Right.
So me and my husband, who has now passed away for 7 years, not because of this, but we would
Sure.
use them in the ways that you shouldn't be, just the pills, the orange pills,
Right.
Wow.
by snorting or whatever. I don't know what I can say on here, but
Yeah, probably don't want to say that though.
yeah, probably
I
not.
mean, but
Yeah,
so
you get the point now.
you
Yeah.
have somebody asking why a gynecologist would prescribe that.
He had multiple degrees in different things, and I guess he had went to all the proper
Right. You have to have a
classes or
license. Yeah.
certifications to get this in our area. I live in
I think
Southern
any doctor
Illinois,
can
so it's
get the license, but you have to have a license. Sorry to interrupt.
yeah. He's one of the most knowledgeable doctors in our area, so
Yeah.
and
Okay.
willing, I guess, to go and take the extra classes and courses to get the certifications to
Right.
prescribe
That
that.
doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you what I know from that, a little bit of it. So yeah, I mean, T-Bro's saying like right now, $100 for 4 pills is crazy,
That's
but
stupid. Yeah.
Oh,
people are
my.
paying
Right.
it and stuff.
Yeah.
But so there was a doctor in a small town up here that I used to go to, and he used to prescribe my blood pressure medicine and my migraine medicine, which was non-narcotic. Or it wasn't one of those yeah, it wasn't, one of those controlled substances. So
Right.
anyway, but I would always see like these people in his office, like, and they were like always there, like all the time. I would be there, and I went there once a month. That's how I got my blood pressure medicine. And
Uh-huh.
so anyway, one day I went there, and like he was getting hauled off by the police. It's not funny, but he said, I'll be back after lunch. He never came back. He got
Wow.
accused of dispersing like the oxys, like a pill
Wow.
farm almost. It was crazy. And then I know somebody who had gotten in trouble with oxys, and so they went on Suboxone before Suboxone was popular or anything like
Right.
that. And
Right.
they went to a doctor that I was questionable about, like, to be
Hmm.
honest with you. And that doctor had like it looked like the same like type of place in his office. So it was weird, but he was the only doctor in the area that would prescribe the Suboxone. And then we had to go to a
Yeah.
whole other different place to go get it filled, which was really even far away.
Right.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
When my son was prescribed it, it was back when it first came out. And I remember taking the prescription, and I used to go to this local mom and pop pharmacy, a family owned pharmacy. So I'd been going there for years. I walk in with the prescription. The girl at the counter takes it and goes back to the pharmacist who, waved at me, smiled at me. She looked at that prescription like I wrote her a note to hold up the place. She
Yeah.
looked at
I
it,
remember you
looked at
saying
me, looked at the girl, looked
Yep.
back down at it, and then came walking over to me whispering like, we don't have this. I can't get your insurance. I said, I didn't ask you about my insurance. Can you fill the effing prescription or not? Because I already
That's right, lady.
and I got so
To be
mad.
so judgmental,
Right.
like
I
that's
Yeah.
terrible.
And then people are coming in behind me and we're having this, whispering session. And I said, give me my prescription back. No, I'll order. I said, I don't want you to order an effing thing for me. As a matter
That's
of
right.
fact, I'll be transferring all of my prescriptions. My whole family went there.
Right.
And we started going to a CVS after that because of her little judgy, and I thought that
Don't
was
blame
harsh.
you.
I didn't expect that. I would expect that at a chain store, not
Right.
a mom and pop store that I've been going to.
Yeah.
And I was just that
Well,
was
you shouldn't expect that in any store. They're not there for judgment, but
Right.
Right, and they're
people
not the
are
doctor.
miserable.
if
I
you
mean,
could have
people are
seen her
just so.
face. She looked at that prescription like I was saying, give me all your money, put it in a bag. The look on her face and then the girl and the back and forth. And I'm standing there like ready to explode. And I kind of did. I was like, give me my effing prescription back. I'm done. And then I went in another time because my prescriptions didn't get transferred when requested. And she tried to be apologetic and, you didn't have to leave. I just, it's not something I filled before, and blah, blah, blah. And I said, yeah, and you won't be filling it for me. And that's it. And I left it. I have not been back.
Rebecca says, "Don't cross me, bitch."
That's right.
I was done. I never went back in that store. Matter of fact, when I drive by it, I
I
don't even
don't
look
blame
at
you.
it.
I don't blame you, man, because we work hard for our money and it doesn't go near as far as it should go, in my opinion. So when you spend it, it shouldn't be an unpleasant circumstance. I'm not telling people should kiss anybody's ass, but when somebody goes into your store, they in fact are paying your paycheck, or you should be at least, hello, how are you? Acknowledge them. I'm not saying kiss their ass, but show your appreciation in some way for them coming into your store, to give the business to you. And people they don't, half the time they're on their phones when you're coming up to the register.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
I mean, that's like, you got to be professional, no matter what the prescription, the diagnosis, whatever, working in, a doctor's office, whatever. I mean, I could tell you so many stories with the judgy and the just, not just being judgmental, but the lack of,
That's
Empathy.
right.
looking for empathy, privacy.
Yeah.
Right.
I've worked in doctor's offices where a receptionist will put somebody on hold and say, Mrs. Jones is calling because she's got that herpes flare up.
Oh gosh.
Yell it across the room. I mean, okay, well, Mrs. Jones didn't want all of, the office to know about her herpes problem.
Mrs. Jones,
You're so
right
funny.
on 12th Street.
But,
That's right, Mrs. Jones.
people just don't use common sense.
Or here you go, you got a customer in the store.
Rebecca, people don't have
Hemorrhoid
common
cream
sense
is
anymore.
No,
Your
they
hemorrhoid
don't.
cream is ready. I mean, like
They
that.
want the big condoms, right?
But it's just, so anyway, I'm sorry that I interrupted everybody. But
No, it was a good laughter. It was a good laughter in
I'm
the
done.
rain.
I'm done with the entertainment. Go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you, ladies, that I'm glad I got on Suboxone when I did. But me coming off of, for myself was the hardest thing ever. You get your legs at nighttime just get where they want to move. They get the
Like the Jimmy
jolts
somethings. I don't know what they call them.
I've heard
Yeah.
them. I've heard about
Jimmy
that.
legs.
and it was
Jimmy legs.
horrible. And it's like, am I going to go through this? It happened for like a
Restless.
few years.
It's like restless leg syndrome.
Yeah,
Oh,
only it's
Yeah.
worse, I believe. I don't know, but and Now I take, the only thing I take now is Excedrin, the generic Excedrin for my back.
Mhm.
Okay.
And I'll get
okay.
these like at nighttime, like still, I don't know if it's still, this has been years and years. I've not been on Suboxone, probably 5 or 6,
Good for
but
you. Good for
That is
you.
awesome.
it's, you know, but I still get like these, like the nerves in my legs will just like seize up, like, oh my gosh. But only when at nighttime, like when I'm sleeping, it wakes me
Right.
up. And so
That
I know
happens to me
Suboxone cannot be
too.
good.
That happens to me too, but I think it happens to a lot of people. Doesn't that happen to like I heard that happens to a lot of people actually, where
I
their
think so.
legs and they have to kind of stand. I was told I've tried everything for this, but I
Yeah.
was told like you got to get out of bed. It's like your muscles get stuck, right?
Yeah.
Right, and it hurts to even stand up because
Right,
you
it's
can't move your
painful.
And you
muscles,
got
Right.
to
right?
stretch. And I tried looking for all kinds of stretches online and what to
And then
do
your
to ease
legs get
this.
stuck in that stretching position, right? And were we
You
talking about the same thing? What do you do
cl-
with that? Because
close to it, but mine's more like a nerve pain, I believe. It feels like
Yeah,
a nerve
I
pain.
have
I don't know.
okay.
I have a lot of nerve damage, and I use, and I'm not promoting it, I'm just saying what works for me. I go to and I'm not a professional at this, so I call it the weed store, the marijuana store. I don't dispensary, I guess.
But
And I
it's legal. It's
It's
legal.
legal in my state too.
Yeah, New Jersey. I get an ointment. I don't take anything because I'm not good at that. So I get this ointment that I rub on my back, my hip, and my leg before bed. And it doesn't make it totally go away, but it allows me to feel good enough to be able to get a couple hours of sleep.
It's
That's good.
CBD.
I don't know what it is. I guess it's got weed in it. I couldn't tell you. I'm not a I'm the worst person to ask these questions. I don't even go to the store and give my license. I make my son's girlfriend get it because I'm so afraid that
You're so cute
They're
when
going
you
to
talk
see you and
about
say,
it.
Rebecca wants this.
You're so
yeah,
cute.
yell it out, but Granny said
Rebecca's
you
gonna
find
take the
her
Rice
stuff.
Krispie treats.
But that's what works for me. But like I said, it doesn't make it totally go away, but it just eases it up a little bit so I can sleep
Right.
a few hours.
I
So
usually use like
so
icy hot or biofreeze, and that seems to help a little.
Yeah.
so somebody says, Jelly the Beast, did you gradually come off of the Suboxone?
I did not. I took myself cold turkey off of it.
Wow,
But
what'd
I
that
was not
feel like?
taking I was not taking the full dose that was recommended.
Gotcha.
See, I told you we were abusing that too. Me and my
Okay.
ex-husband, he's passed away, he's deceased, but we were abusing that as well. But I've never been one to take a full dose of anything.
Right.
So we were
Okay.
cutting it
Good.
in half and in half again.
I want 2 of them. Not always, but that's what my brain says. One
That's
is
what it
just
is.
gets
That's what you're
better.
prescribed. Yes.
Wow. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
not
tough.
in 1 day.
The typical is what it is like, I think that's what mine was, is two of those a day, which is a lot. You would be fucked. Sorry.
That's a
You
lot.
would,
It's a big dose. But I don't want to
yeah,
say it's
that's
a big
huge.
dose, but
You'd be so messed up off that.
Hmm.
But yeah.
Okay.
you're
Let's
better
see.
now?
Yeah, I don't take it at all anymore. I have not in years. It's been, let's see here. This is
How long?
26 since 19.
Yeah. Wow.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
How long did it take for you to feel any kind of normal after that?
Um, well, then sadly I started drinking.
Oh, okay.
So
Gotcha.
it was like
Yeah.
trading one for the other, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is not good. But the
No,
lesser of
no.
two evils would be, I don't know. It's
I don't
just,
know what that would
addiction is a
consider is.
very
Yeah.
confusing subject, and for everybody it's different, and it's just not good any way you look at it.
Right.
Agreed.
Wow.
But I don't think just a pill is going to solve any of that, myself or whatever, a strip or,
Right. I think it aids you when you make up your own mind, but I think it's personal. Like, it's totally personal.
yeah. And it's just childhood traumas and adult traumas, and all
All the
that plays a
things.
factor into the person you are, the person you become. And
Agreed.
Well,
so,
works for one person doesn't work for the next person. Everybody's
Right.
different, you know, so it may work for you, but me, I would be, you know, everybody, it's different. You know, we can't all be treated with the same medication and expect the
Right.
same, you know.
Yeah. Here's a pill for you, so it's going to work for everybody, but that's just not the way that it works.
Right.
It doesn't.
There's y'all because I didn't know about treatments at first. I wanted to get off. They didn't seem as readily available. So thankfully, there are treatment plans.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
there's not that shame that used to be.
Well, there is at the
Associated.
pharmacy.
Yeah, right.
It's not like standing in line in the methadone clinic where they have to administer it to you daily,
Yeah,
just to
the
you
people
personally,
driving
I
by.
believe. In like
right.
areas like mine, they don't have those kind of clinics around. Because, like I said, we live in a very, very, very rural area.
Do
I
they
wouldn't see the amount of people that you guys see in one day, like in a whole year where I live.
Right.
at the methadone clinic, is it still the same process? You walk in and they have to give you the cup and you have to drink it right in front of them and everybody in there? Is that how
Yes.
it works?
I don't know. I've never been to a methadone clinic.
Yeah,
I've read about them online, but
That's what you do.
That's what you do is what Stacey's saying. Yep. And the first year, and then the second year they give you those 30 that you go with.
Not anymore. I think the law
Okay.
has changed. I don't think you can get that many, thank goodness. But at the time, yes, it was 30 that I took home.
Oh,
Wow.
You gave an addict 30.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah. No, I hear you. I
But,
definitely hear
it's
you.
up to the
Yeah, you
addict.
give it to them and say, now only take one a day.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
You know,
Yeah. And then that's even harder because that if you cold turkey from you can die from that.
Is where, right. You don't want
You know.
and what's an
Yeah.
addict going to do? First thing I'm going to do is go out and try to sell it.
Mm.
to do that. I wanted it. No, I didn't sell
yeah,
mine.
you wanted to use
Yeah,
it.
I mean,
Yes,
Sell
ma'am.
it.
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Well, I'm just so glad that you both came on and shared your stories because it takes a lot of nerve to do that because you know you got to be I'm sure you were wondering what are people going to say, what are people going to, you know, but here, like I said, we say it all the time, you're safe here, we don't judge, and if somebody is, we take it out, you know, we don't let them do that here. So I'm
If
happy.
someone's life's so damn sorry that they have to judge us for some mistakes we've made in our past,
Yeah,
then
Yeah.
you know what? Good for them.
yeah. We have a good group here though, that's why
Well,
we
I've
do.
been here with Toddy for a long time.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you for that. I definitely appreciate that. I appreciate everybody, especially at this time where it's a little trying out there, but I
Yeah.
appreciate all of you. I appreciate your emails and the support and all of it. So I really do. Thank you so much, guys.
I'm happy to be a part of this group. I think we have a good thing here on Mondays. It helps me. It's like a therapy for me personally. And I enjoy, we have the same people come on every week in the chat and I look forward to it. I really
Me
do
too.
enjoy our Mondays.
I do as
Yeah.
Stacia, were you the one yesterday that said you were going to come on this morning?
well. That's me.
It was okay. I didn't know. I forgot who it was that said that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Good.
I appreciate it, y'all.
Okay. Well, thank you. Are you ready to, should I drop you down?
I do have to go get ready for work, but I so appreciate it. And may I just address that last question and then I'll go?
Sure.
It was about the how'd you afford it kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. It's just our parents kind of funded our lifestyles. We were young, and our house was paid for because it was a house that his family owned. And my parents, if they bought something, they bought it for us too. By parents, I mean grandparents.
Right.
So it just we were just spoiled, and I'm not saying that as a flex. I'm just telling the answer.
No, you're
I'm
being
poor
honest.
now.
That's what you're doing. You're being honest. Absolutely. Well,
So,
I can appreciate that. I really can, you know.
but I
So,
appreciate it, y'all. I love both of y'all. It was so nice to meet y'all and TNT you as well. And I'm gonna go get ready for work.
all right. Well, thank you so much.
Anytime.
Have a
Thanks,
great
Bye,
day.
guys.
Stacia.
Okay.
Thank
Pray
Thank
for
you
you.
y'all.
for sharing.
Thanks.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, Toddy, I will get off here too then and let you ladies talk. And
Thank you for coming on. That means the world to us, and thank you for being here with us. We really appreciate
Yes,
that.
thank
well, I
you.
love being here with y'all. So
Hope I
thank you all
didn't
We
for
put you
love you
on
back.
everything.
the spot.
Thank you.
Thank
Okay.
All right. I'll talk to y'all later.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye bye. Well, that was nice. That was two people.
Yeah,
Today was such a blessing. Is exactly.
when she
Exactly.
started talking in chat, I thought, why not ask? I didn't want to put her on the spot, but I'm
Right.
glad she came up. I mean, I enjoyed having them both here, and I think it was a good conversation.
Right. Wow. So there's talking about restless leg syndrome. I don't have restless leg syndrome. I don't have it, but I have where my muscles get stuck.
Yeah.
So, but then, I think it's just getting old. You're just getting old.
Yeah,
So,
no, and it
yeah.
happens, and it could be arthritis, and I have a lot of nerve damage, and from my injury and stuff. So I got it all happening, and like I said, I call it the weed cream. I don't know the technical name. Ointment. I use that, and it settles it down, but it doesn't go totally away. But it gives me
Do you
enough.
get any kind of effect from it?
I don't think so. I mean, I only put it on right before bed, so I wouldn't know. I never thought about that, Toddy. That's a good question. I'm gonna have to look into that. I don't feel
So
any
I want
type
to
of way.
let me tell. Okay, so I want to tell you something. Okay, I want to tell you something. So when I first went to California after weed was legalized there, I went to one of those stores and the dispensaries, and it was the first time I'd ever been in one, and it really wasn't that long ago.
Mhm.
And it was about maybe, I don't know, 6-7 years ago. Anyway, um, and they had the Rice Krispie treats. That was the best Rice Krispie treat. It was rainbow. It was tasted so good. You couldn't barely taste the weed in it, and it got me
Oh
so messed
wow.
up. Yeah. So yeah, I had a good time in those stores, but everything was like really expensive. Here things are different, but
Yeah.
I remember just being really surprised about it, and I bought some of that lotion stuff, like the
Yeah.
cream, the balm, like the balm,
Yeah.
and it did help my back. It helped my back, but yeah, that comes in through your skin, and there is a little bit of a high. It would definitely make your drug test, I
Oh,
believe.
what? See, I didn't even know that. And like I said, I put it on when I get in bed, and then I'm falling asleep. I take medication for sleep, so I do everything while I'm in bed because I don't want to be up wandering around. So
Right.
if it does something to me, I'm sleeping, so I wouldn't know. But yeah, I use it almost every night, but sparingly because it's expensive. So I try not to use a lot.
Right. Right. I know somebody that was taking that for shingles. So, and they said that it was the only thing that worked for their shingles. So,
Oh wow, yeah.
I like to just smoke the flower, if I'm honest with you. That's what I like to do. But
Yeah, see,
that's
I'm not good at smoking. I choke and cough, and I don't like the edibles because I feel like they taste really bad. No matter what they say they're going to taste like, I I can taste it and it's bad. So
right.
that's when I was my son's girlfriend told me about the ointment because she uses it, and I just said I didn't want to go in and get it, so she got it for me. And every time she comes here from Pennsylvania, we make a trip to the what I call the weed store and we get our ointment together. So,
Somebody's asking if people have tried smoking hemp. Um, I have hemp paper that I put my weed in. That's a smart ass answer. I didn't mean it to come out that way. As it's coming out of my mouth, I'm like, wow, that really sounds smart ass. But I didn't mean it like that. I have hemp paper that I put my weed in, though. Anyway. Oh, I got news for you. I want to tell you something, to be honest with you, tie-dye gammy. It's sad because there's pain management clinics that don't want you on marijuana, and they won't help you if you're on marijuana. In the meantime, it's 30 days to get that out of your system. And sometimes marijuana really does help with pain for people. I know it does. To me, it doesn't. If I'm in pain, I don't smoke because it intensifies my pain. And then there's people that are on it because they need an appetite. You know what I'm saying? And then it's good for some people who are epileptic and such, that muscles need to relax and stuff. It's just, I think marijuana has gotten a bad rap. I definitely think alcohol is much more dangerous than marijuana, in my opinion.
Yeah,
What do
I
you have to
mean,
say about that, Rebecca Michelot?
you know, I often wondered, like, you know, if you, because now marijuana's legal, right? So if you
Well, it's not
smoke
legal everywhere. It's
in
not
New
legal in
Jersey,
Indiana.
here in New Jersey, it's legal.
Indiana
So
wants me. Go ahead.
if you smoke, right, and you
Yep.
get pulled over by an officer, right?
Yep.
Do
Yep.
you
Yep.
get it? Is that the same as being under the influence of alcohol?
Yes.
I mean, do they measure
Yes.
that? Is it
Yeah. Well, what they do is I think they have you do a field test, right? And
okay?
they want to make sure that, that you're able to drive and such like that. And I think that they do. I think they have something. I think they have something that you blow into that reads a level of something, from my
Yeah, I
understanding.
mean, I don't know. I gotta
I don't
say,
know. Here's the thing, man. Don't have weed smelling in your car. Like, just don't,
yeah,
because you never know why you're going to get pulled over. It could be that somebody hits you. It has nothing to do with, it could be an animal ran out in the road. It could be a flat tire. It could be your headlight, your tail light. It could be anything. You don't, it could be a cop that's just bored and, thinks they're looking for the same car as yours. It could be anything. So just don't put yourself in a position like that. I'm not just talking to you. I'm talking to everybody. I know that you don't.
no, I know. You know, I think you asked, like, what was the question between alcohol and marijuana? I've been around people under the influence of both, and I can say this. At a certain point, when someone's drinking, they become a different person. I've not noticed that when someone's smoking.
Bingo.
You know, I
Bingo.
don't know how to explain
Bingo.
it other than that. So, you know, I don't like being around people who drink a lot because of that change that I see happening as they drink more. But like I said, people smoking weed, I've never noticed that horrific change. And when I tell you people who are drinking change, I mean their whole face they look totally
They take
different.
on, it's like a switch that comes on, isn't it?
Yeah, I can't explain it any better than that. And I guess you'd have to experience it to know what I'm talking about, but I've never experienced
I've
that.
experienced that. I've
Marijuana.
experienced that with people. Yep.
Yeah.
I've experienced that with people. Yep. Sure have.
Yep. It's just something, that's the only way I can explain it. But
Well,
listen.
I'm not your daddy, but I know people are talking into it's Toddy. they didn't mean daddy. They meant Toddy, but it came out as daddy, because sometimes I'll sign something Toddy and it'll say daddy. And I'm like, yeah, I can't let that go through. Yeah, every Monday morning we've been doing this. So for almost 2 years now, right, Rebecca? We started on the other channel.
I was trying to look back and see how long, and I couldn't find.
We started on the other channel.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And then you came up with the idea to do, I call it the spin-off from Toddy One Skip. I don't know what you call it, but
this channel was here first, to be honest. This channel is an old.
You said that you'd had it, but didn't really do much on it or something. I don't remember.
Yeah.
You just thought this topic would fit better here. I think that's
yeah.
I'm glad we're here nonetheless. However it happened,
exactly,
I'm glad it happened.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, everybody has a story to tell, so I figured, it would fit perfect here.
Yeah.
So
but I'm glad we're here, and I think
I want to take advantage of something if I could. I would like to spin something on something. Because okay, so I don't want to get into the horrible things that are going on with me, because it's up for debate. Some people think I deserve it, and some people don't. So, but I never wanted to be a YouTube police person here,
Right.
or kind of call people out on stuff. But people have sent me so much information about this one person that has been attacking me for so long that I do want to expose this person. So I probably will be doing it on this channel. For those people, it's not for drama.
Right.
And I want to show my face here. It's not for drama. Because drama would have been back and forth the last several months, and I didn't do that.
Right.
But it's more for exposure, and it's more to correct the narrative. I fought like hell to correct the narrative with Dee Dee Blanchard, and I'm not trying to compare myself to a woman who died by literally being stabbed in the back, but
Right.
figuratively being stabbed in the back for sure. You know what I'm saying? So I am gonna do it. I am gonna put these videos out because I'm not gonna I'm gonna stand up for myself. And the fact that
and
I've
you
tried
should.
to ignore it, it didn't go away.
No,
You
and
saw
you
that.
know,
You
when
saw
you
that.
put
You
your
were in
videos
church
out,
Sunday blocking people left and right. I didn't even know. I'm blocking some people, but you're blocking people left and right. And
in church,
in
and then
church,
they're
yeah.
mocking our church. How dare
Yeah.
you?
And
You know,
this is where some people can only go to get. I mean, to me, you look at people and you say, well, here's a person shows up for this recovery group. She probably doesn't even make any money off of it. Shows up all the time for it. I mean, I missed one time in almost 2 years here, and then takes on this group. The church group doesn't make any money from it, I'm pretty sure, but she shows up. So because a few people said, wow, I love going to church with you, you know. So I love going to church, and I wanted to get back into going to church. And I thought, well, I could share it with the community, those that want to go, those that don't want to go. You know what I'm saying?
right?
So, you know, I mean, you would think some people would look and say, well, look, the only time I see this woman lose it or unhinged, which I wouldn't consider myself unhinged, I haven't gotten there.
I've been there once or twice.
That's fair, but I haven't gotten there. I've lost my temper online, but I'm not going to say that I've been unhinged because that's not true. But you know, I just think that I'm not going to sit and let somebody. If I'm going to stick up for Dee Dee Blanchard, I'm going to stick up for Toddy One Skip. I'm going to show up for me. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And if people look at the timeline, they could see. If people look at behaviors, they could see. If people look, they could see. But some people don't want to see. And there is a real, and I'm going to say this again, there is a real sickness in society today where there are people behind the screens of a computer trying to manipulate real life people to behave a certain way. I had one guy, no lie, a grown ass man, one say that he has an army of people coming after me. I'm one woman, you know, and a senior citizen at that. Not to make anybody think I'm weak, but I have had that thrown at me as if I'm weak. So if you're
Right.
going to throw that at me and say that I'm weak, why does it take 4 people? Why do you have a panel of people coming after me? I dare anybody show me where I've done that, where I've told anybody to go to anybody's channel and go after them. I challenge anybody to show me that. Now, I have had people reach out to me on the sides and say, hey, I want to report this person because of what they're doing. Okay. What do I do? They're harassing you. This is bully behavior. If you want to, you could report them to YouTube. I have never, ever, ever, ever told somebody go and attack these people. I have never told people make sock accounts. You know, my sock accounts are this the argument and the other one issues with, and I have another channel that I haven't even done anything with at all.
Right.
So I mean, you know, but these are professional trolls. And
Yeah.
the way that I look at it, and this is, I'm just going to tell people that because I got a lot of people fighting for me in the comments. and I want you to hear this because it's for your mental health. A lot of times, seriously, you're fighting with the same person that you just fought with. So I just want you to remember, you're not fighting 100 people. You're fighting 10 people with 10 sock accounts.
Right.
So
No, and I
I
get that.
want you to remember that. Just keep that in your head, because I could read you something, no lie. It's the exact same wording. It's the exact same wording from two different accounts. And when you go to those accounts, they're a month old, they're a year old, there's no activity. They are purposefully sock accounts to do this to people. And I just definitely want, so those people that are fighting in the comments or sticking up for me in the comments, first of all, please take care of your mental health, but protect your mental health by realizing you're not dealing with 100 people. You're dealing with 10 sick people that have 10 sick sock accounts. And, you could even hit, rinse, repeat, and sleep is what I'm saying. Cause it's already old. It's getting boring, but I do have all of this stuff that people have sent me, and I've had this voice analysis done, and now people we want a different voice now, so I'm getting a different voice analysis done. The idiot said I typed that shit up. I no lie, because I watched somebody else that had a part of it. I said to myself, first of all, I can't even hold it. I can't even write anymore. But to sit and write something as boring as that, are you fucking kidding me?
Right.
But whatever, I
Right.
don't care. The point that I'm making is, no matter how much proof I actually put out there, right? No matter how much proof I actually put out there. Hang on, Janae.
I know Janae wants to speak, and
Yeah,
I think
no,
we
she's
should
right here.
we'll let her, but I want to talk on this subject when Janae's done, because I know she wants to speak. So can we let her do that? And then I want to comment on what you're talking about.
Yeah. So I forgot where I was, but
I'm sorry.
that I forgot where I was with it. So okay, we're gonna let Janae come on up. Oh, here's what I was gonna say. I'm sorry. Hang on, Janae. That you could show people, but some people don't want to see what you're showing them, because it's not about truth. It's not about right. It's not about being sincere. It's like Pavlov's dog, and I keep referring to that. It is the high that they get for seeing people react the way that they want them to, and I'm not performing for them. It's not about right, because you could clearly go back in time and see what's right. You can clearly count on your hands and toes how many videos are made of me and how many videos I've made in return. You can clearly see a panel full of hate and one person just trying to defend themselves. You can do all that. You could see a picture that I put up that nobody could have Google reversed or even knew who it was until somebody decided to tell them who it was. A picture that was from a magazine that somebody sold to a magazine for publication, publicity, or money, and or all three, whatever. But I didn't go into anybody's photo album. But I could be accused of being a chomo, being a GROOMING, being a PDF. But I guess as long as you don't take a picture of somebody's image, you could just go ahead and do that. So that's what I want to say to that. So Janae, you go ahead and take it away. Take it away.
If Rebecca, if you want to speak, you can go ahead before
No,
me.
you go first. I could see like you need to talk. Go ahead, and then what I have to say isn't really important. Go ahead and talk, and then I'll talk after. It's okay. I want to hear.
I want to say hi to everybody.
Welcome,
I hope everybody has
Janae.
a beautiful day. But I do want to say some things, and I hope people are watching this because it's really important. There are some things that need to be segregated because there is a community that is being built, and this is part of a community where people are in need, and it is very stressful for people that are coming that are in need for these services, that are seeing this hatred. Like, there needs to have a level of maturity that I guess isn't comprehensible, because there is these guidelines on YouTube that is in place, but these people feel that they have the capacity and entitlement to create their own guidelines and incorporate them in like a cult-like mentality.
No, you're right.
And
I
I
agree
don't
with that.
understand it. And I have one thing I'd like to say to you, Toddy. Just, you don't have to defend yourself, because your enemies will tell you who you are. And the fact that they had to have that many people come up on a live stream to attack you, that's all you need to know.
The worst bit was there was nothing. They came up with nothing.
And it was like, I didn't even
here's the
watch
thing,
it,
I want
but
to be
I've seen it.
1,000%.
It's all hearsay.
I didn't watch it either. I didn't watch it either. So help me God. That Peaches girl does. She's not a girl. She's a woman, but she's younger than me. Girl. She does those. I love her videos though, right? With her anime and stuff like that. So she
Very
did
creative,
that.
original.
Exactly, I love it. And then the live stream was coming on, and I was doing something, so I was like, "Oh fuck, I really don't want to hear this." So then I see this woman come on, this woman Sharon. And I said to myself, "I don't know who she is." And then I see this other person come on. I'm like, "Wait a minute, I don't even know who these people are. Like, I honestly don't know who they are." And I thought to myself, "What kind of receipts you have with people that they don't know me. I've never seen these people. I don't even think they claimed to know me personally. They saw what went on with the Whitakers, and they didn't see it the way that it happened. They started it with the after the airport incident. They just didn't rewind the tape all the way. But anybody with any kind of open mind that really wants to know, and this is drama. It's not even important. The only thing that makes it important is my reputation and me, and I would think again that, listen, I've been in trouble with the community. I get myself in trouble. I get myself in the real world because I do try to help people.
I've
Because
only
I do
seen
stand up
you. You are the
justice.
only person that I've ever seen with your tail between your legs. And it happens all the time. And I don't understand why you're the only person that has to be accountable in this community, Toddy. That's insanity. You can't be the only person that's being like on the lover's cross by, Jim Croce. You can't do that shit.
Oh, that's a great song. I love that song.
I know you do. And that's why I was bringing it as a metaphor, because I know it would resonate with you and you would take it and listen. For me, what really triggered me with all of this shit, pardon my language, I'm really upset and I apologize, guys. I really am. When they weaponized Rebecca Michelo's name,
When did that happen?
weaponized Jamie's channel,
When
and
did
they
this
were trying
happen?
to isolate you. They did it, I guess, in the chat.
I didn't
And they
even
were
know
trying
about
to.
this. I'm just being
Oh
honest.
yeah.
When did this
They
happen,
did.
though?
I guess in the chat.
But when was this? I'm asking.
On that live stream where I guess they were all pigwalling you.
This was just like 24 hours
over the
ago?
weekend. Over the weekend, yeah.
Wow.
They were bringing up Rebecca Michelo's name, that she was never going to speak to you again. I guess Jamie's channel and, all of this stuff. And I'm like, that is
I don't think
showing
wait a minute,
that
whoa,
they
whoa,
are truly trying to isolate you, which is narcissistic fucking abuse.
Okay, so I just want to, here's what I want to say. I don't think it was Rebecca Mitchell. I think they're talking about Becca Scoops.
No, they put Rebecca. I will send you a screenshot
Because I
because
was
it was
going to
sent
say,
to
I
me.
talked to Becca Scoops too. I mean, like, I don't want to.
Becca Scoops was in there too. They were weaponizing these relationships, and that's where I have a problem, because I value your guys' space that you have created, because you guys have helped me through a very triggering time in my life with my mom. And I don't think that it's right for them. They need to segregate spaces, because it's not fair for people like myself.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry.
And that's what I have to say. And I'm not upset with you at all, Toddy. And
yeah, but
I'm not,
sorry anyway. I'm sorry anyway.
And it has nothing to do with me being a moderator, taking heat or anything of that nature, Toddy. This is me as a person I found your channel and found it as a blessing in the darkest part of my life. And it gave me hope. You and Rebecca gave me hope. With Jamie,
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're here for, Janae, and we're so happy to have you here. Trust me, I think about you all the time. I consider you a friend now, even though we've never met. And we're happy to be here for you and with you.
Same. And I feel like this has gone way too far. There needs to be limits, and people need to have understanding, empathy, and compassion. And this is the reality. Only 2% of the fucking population actually have the capacity to have empathy. And this is why we have no conflict resolution in the fucking world.
I agree with that. I agree with that. I agree with that. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to get better. I really don't. I think that people are going to continue are just going to continue to play this game online, and people are going to be manipulated by it, and it's going to be a whole new, like, Hunger Games is what I friggin' compared it to, if I'm honest with you.
Well, like I said, it shows a lot of their character and their integrity, their values, there's beliefs, there's morals, that it took, 6 of them in a live stream, just doing nothing but talking about you for 4 fucking hours. They have nothing better to do.
But then they went on their own channels. Then each of them went on their own channels.
Like, they have
and
nothing
made
better to
content.
do on a weekend with their life.
I'm their content, baby. I'm their content.
So, I mean, that says something
And they
about
still
you,
hashtag
Toddy.
Whitaker shit.
That says something about you. So your enemies will tell you who you are. And for me, that tells me how powerful you are in this community, and the fact that people try to sleep on you, even YouTube trying to sleep on you.
I appreciate that.
Speak. I wanted to speak because I don't want that happening. And I'm sorry if I upset anybody. I'm going to let Rebecca talk. I'm going to step down, actually.
Thank you, Janae, and I hope you feel better. I know you haven't been feeling well, and don't
I've
let
just
this.
been going
I
through
don't
a
want
lot.
this mental health messing with. This shouldn't be.
Like, I have a lot going on with my mental health, and I've been wanting to come up and share it, but it hasn't been. Like, I can't do that with this stuff going on in a live stream. It's right. And that doesn't make. It's not on anything to do with you, Toddy. It's everything to do with these people.
I understand.
And it's sad because I feel like I could help people with the things that I have to say.
Right. Well, if you want to set something up, we could do a private video and I could put it out, and we could put it out on this channel, because I
would love to do that with you and Rebecca. I would really love to do that with you and Rebecca one time.
Okay, well, we would love to do that. So why don't you reach out to us? Maybe we can even do it on
Rebecca has a lot of similar things. There's a lot of correlations in our stories, and I utilize her as a strength because I don't have that yet. I really respect Rebecca.
Thank you for that.
Janae, whenever you need to talk, I'm around. So if you ever need to,
all right,
I'm here.
All right, well, let's try to get your story up. So reach out and let's set that up.
Or yes, Toddy, sorry.
There you go.
I know. And I would just want to pray that everybody is protected and in God's hands, and that we will have a week that is less stressful.
Amen.
For everyone, that we give our burdens to Him this week, because we don't have the capacity to carry things that are out of our control. And we don't let that impact our mental health, because we're giving that to God.
Absolutely.
All right, you guys have a beautiful week. I'll be in the chat.
Thank you. Thanks, Janae. Thank you. Yeah.
So a lot of people are saying in the chat that they heard my name mentioned, and that's true. And I don't want to call it being attacked, but people went on my channel and said some not nice things, that I need to get over, talking about my dead grandson. Spent 6-7 years. Nobody wants to hear about it. And I told them where they could go. If they didn't want to hear about it, they don't have to look me up. And that's where I ended that. But I want to say, I went on a live last night. I'm not going to mention the live that I went on. And I was disgusted. And what I took from that was these are young punk adults. I'm not going to call them kids because they're not kids. And they are talking so much shit. But what they're saying, I don't want to go into too much detail, Toddy, but the things they are saying can be very harmful to you. The sickening things they're saying. They take
Well, these are the people that, you know, this is a group. They're called locals. They're proud to call themselves that. So they're like you know how manatees swim in like the brackish, murkish water,
yeah,
and no matter what, they have all the algae on them, and they just move. So that's what they are. That's
yeah,
exactly what they are. So these people don't know me. They have nothing. I have no past, no criminal record. It's boring. So they have this. I am their content.
yeah,
And you have to just remember, just like I am, the people that follow them, they're a lot of the people, they like drama because their life is shit. So
right,
this is their anger, because there's anger in today's world, right? So they found a vein to pour it on. But the go-hards or the blowhards or whatever, are about 10, 12 people with 10 different accounts. That's their army. So you know, you're dealing with the 10 mindless dumb fucks. You know, I know that they're supposed to be grown ass people, but they're not, you know.
yeah,
And I know about this. I don't know about everything that was said, but I do know that there was enough for me to be able to do something about stuff. And I do know that one of those streams came out last night because people had sent me stuff telling me that. I don't
right,
watch it. I go to sleep and let them go ahead and do that, because what happens is people with brains in their head will sit there and say, well, now I understand why she did this. Now I understand why she did that. And why does it take all these people to talk about this one little woman? It's just this ridiculous. But go ahead, Rebecca. I just don't want to
no,
see you so upset about it.
I just, you know, I didn't watch the entire live because it was disgusting, and I'm a grown up, and I just couldn't stay there and watch, and plus I had better things to do.
It's almost embarrassing to say that you watched it. I understand.
Well, you know, and I was intrigued by, you know, I wanted to know what made them want to do these things. So I kind of needed to watch to get an idea for myself. You know, I'm hearing these
Experiment.
names mentioned, and I wanted to see what I was up against. And also I was doing my homework because I wanted to make sure those same people in that live talking shit in that
Right.
chat were not the same people that come over here and talk to us, because I wasn't going to have that.
Well, sometimes that's the case. I just want to tell you that that's the case sometimes.
Well, that's why I was kind of watching, because I wanted to make sure, and I want to make sure they're not on my channel, you know, talking nice to me, but bashing me on another, you know, and so that was my reasoning. And I didn't watch it very long. I saw enough. And then this morning early, I got up and there was a cartoonish video, and I knew it was your face. You know, they really made you look very nice in their cartoon. I'll give them that. But it was disgusting. It was disgusting.
I'm pretty sure that I took those two. I took those two thumbnails and I put them up in my last video because I wanted to introduce the Gypsy Rose community to the locale community that Mr. Case, McTruthy McGoofy decided to bring into our community. So he should be ashamed of that, because I separated the two. But I introduced them on the video this morning. These are the people that Truthy McGoofy Case Studies has brought in. And since we've been here, do you know how many? I mean, I'm sitting here. How many messages I've gotten? I think I got my audio report back. And then I've gotten a lot more audio stuff for this guy just losing his mind. Like his behavior, you can't take it. You know, I mean, but again, people are going to see what they want to see, because, you know, there were how many people drank Kool-Aid that day? How many people in Guyana drank Kool-Aid that day? Let's look that up. Wasn't there? It was almost 1,000, just short of 1,000 people.
Toddy,
So
can I?
how many parents fed their fucking kids Kool-Aid that day? So yeah, there are people like this in the world. And those are the same type of people. Those people that co-sign bad behavior. They know it's bad behavior. They know who they're talking to, and they
Yeah.
co-sign it. You know why? Because they're afraid. They're
Yeah.
afraid, or they're missing something in their life, and they need that popularity to feel so important.
Yeah. Can I just want to say, Jelly, you were in that same live last night in the chat. What's your take on it? I saw you there. What do you think? I mean, about what they're saying about Toddy especially, but what's your thought on that, Jelly? I just would love to know, because I see that you're here with us all the time. So I would just appreciate your thoughts on what you saw last night in that live.
Did you see his long post yesterday, constantly defending he isn't truth? He just, you know what proves he's truthy, and is that he's truthy. Is that, you know, the audio proves he's truthy, the behavior proves he's truthy, the people he had in common when he was truthy proves he's truthy. The everything just, the only reason why people don't want to know he's truthy is because they don't want to believe he's truthy. That's it, you know. So I think they are off base on what they had to say, is what Jelly says.
Yeah. Yeah, I would have to agree with that. But it was disgusting. Like I said, I didn't watch the whole thing. You know, not to make this about me, but when a group of people can attack what I'm doing and what my page is about, my page specifically says why I created that page. If you look at the bio or whatever, I created it because of what happened to my grandson. That's what I'm going to go on there and talk about. So if they don't like it, they don't have to watch it, right? And I was accused of triggering others and stuff, then don't watch it. I look at shit.
You're not, but stop.
But I'm saying, like, how
But you're
dare they
not.
attack? You know, how disgusting.
But you're not. Please, please. This is
Yeah.
what they want. Wait, this is exactly what they want. They're
Yeah.
not. They have found trigger words that you react to. Stop
Well, what I
reacting
did
to it.
was, one person specifically kept commenting on some of my older things that I had posted. So I guess it's called blocking. I don't know how it works on here, but I silenced them. So they're still going to be able to
That
put
is.
their messages, but
No. I can help you if you want to block people, because I'll help you block people. I don't know who this person is, Viking Mindset. I don't know who that is, but I guess I'm flattered anybody defends my channel.
oh, I know Viking. He spoke about Chris Greger before on his YouTube channel. He's I don't want to misrepresent, but I believe he spent some time in prison, and he talks about all that and what happens in prison and stuff. He's kind of really cool. You should look him up.
Well,
Nice guy.
I'm okay, cool.
I mean,
I never heard of
and then something happens, but so far he's been very consistent and very nice over the last
fair enough
or two. So
okay, so I just want to address this. And okay, so listen, I took a picture that I had because it was sent to me, and it was from a magazine. And and I wanted to do this for a long time. I wanted to impose Gypsy's face because I would get so angry. I would get so angry. And I thought, no, I thought better of it. But it wasn't stopping. It just wasn't stopping. And so I put the picture up. I had put hints up in hopes that he would get, oh, she knows something, maybe I'll back off. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would say, what would Gypsy think if she married somebody older, and just, and those things I would say, and people will go, oh, that's why she said it. Just so he would kind of back off. I even reached out to Haiti Joyless, who, you know, I thought would be a mediator for us. And she said 4 months ago, this was after 4 months of it, 4 months ago. So now 4 months later, we are here. She said, oh, Toddy, let it go. It'll go away. So first of all, I took insult to that, because if somebody asked me for help, I would help them. If they really thought that there was a misunderstanding. And that's why I said maybe he thinks there's a misunderstanding where he actually thinks I doxed him. I can certainly prove I didn't. So I did that, and he continues to do that, what he's doing, and he's saying things about me and slandering me, and he brings me up in chats that I'm not even in the chat, or I'm not even a subject of the chat, and he just to bash me. And this has gone on for 8 months now. I can prove this. He might dirty delete, which means take things down, but people have sent me screen. I got a whole file on him. I can prove this.
Yeah.
So then I had enough. Finally I had enough. So I take the picture, I superimpose Gypsy's face, a really shoddy way of doing it, absolutely. And I just take the man's face and I put an X on it, because I said, at least, and I make sure you cannot go Google to reverse Google search it. I take a picture of that so that it's one layer, not so somebody can go and take the face of Gypsy off to see the woman, or to take the 2 layers or 1 layer, whatever it would be, with the X on the face. I make sure you can't even reverse Google search it. And that I put up, and I don't say who it is. He tells everybody who it is. And then he accuses me of doxing. So I guess what you can do is you could bash people, call them all those things, but don't you dare put up a picture that came from a magazine that somebody was proud of, sold to the magazine for publicity and or money. Don't do that, but let's talk about it for 8 months.
Right.
So that's what happened. And that's why I did what I did. And that's why I did it the way I did it. And I don't care that people are saying that was disgusting. Being talked about for 8 months without any there was no provocation. I did not provoke this man. Challenge me. Show me where I did. Now, let me tell you this. There is somebody who would stand up against him. The one person. I said to myself, she's right. I'm not going to let her stand alone. So when he was the content, I would say something in the comments. I didn't bring attention to it. All I did was go to her channel and say something on her thing. That was it. He would go there and make a big deal. I'm not in anybody else's live stream. That has nothing to do with him. I'm not on my channel putting videos up. I'm supporting somebody else who has a very small channel by just saying you're not in this alone, because I knew what that felt like. So, that's what I did. And that's what warrants 6 people to come after me with him. Now, the other people have their own reasons. I am not the type of person that's going to get on somebody's channel and start jumping on somebody and show me where I have. I thought about this, and the closest thing that I've ever done this was with Fancy. And I did that over a series of stuff, debunking everything Fancy said. But it wasn't an attack on her. It wasn't this venom. It wasn't this vitriol. It wasn't even live streams. It was just a conversation about bringing up what she said and then what she did. 2 different things. The difference in it.
Right.
So
what do you think, Toddy? Are they going to keep on with this crap with you? You think they're going to keep?
Well, here's what I do know. And this is what I do know. And somebody told me this. So I would challenge this as well. I heard, and this is just the truth, I heard, and people could check on it because I don't watch him. I heard AD say, I'm not going to talk about Toddy anymore. She hasn't talked about me. Now, I heard somebody who I trust say that he said that a couple days ago. So what happens? This guy gets butthurt. Case Truthy McGoofy gets butthurt because I finally fight back. After 8 months, he screams victim. He keeps hitting the piñata, and the candy comes out, and then he keeps hitting the piñata. This is his same old song and dance. I'm going to prove this because all these people have sent me shit now. Like, this behavior is so sick. I mean, it's so sick. And the fact that It's disgusting. Just like you said, it's disgusting. So I mean, people are going to see him for who he is. The people that have their nose up his ass, they'll only smell his shit. They'll never get to smell anybody else's shit, literally. And I mean, everything ultimately comes out in the when you have so many enemies. When you have so many enemies, you don't know how many people want to turn on you.
Right.
Where were my enemies? I just want to know, where's my enemies? Where's the people that turned on me, that showed deep, dark secrets about me? I don't have any.
They were, well, I don't want to get into it. I'll talk to you like privately another time about just the few things I heard them say, but they were bringing up other people that supposedly, I don't know, left for a reason or something. And, it was just.
Well, anybody that left anybody for a reason, subscribers or whatever, they're allowed to leave. Anybody that I might have had a relationship that left for a reason, I would challenge them to have a conversation with me and that person.
Right.
Not a live stream.
They were inviting you. They were sending a link in the
why
chat.
would
Patty's here. I think they thought you were in the chat somehow or something.
I just want to make 1000%. Okay, so I did a video last night. Pretty sure, and I put it out, right? Pretty sure I put it out. So that's what I did. And then, I had plans. So I went out with some friends, and then I came home. We hung out a little bit. I fell asleep. I don't care so much. Here's the thing. I don't look me up. I don't look at videos that have anything to do with me, especially from people that don't know me.
Right.
Oh, that was very kind of you. Thank you so much. That was very kind of you. You don't have to do that. Thank you. So it's not that it's none of my business what somebody thinks of me. I know that that's a stupid saying, but I have no control over that. So remember we had that conversation. Remember I said, man, there's only so much that you can control in life. And once you realize that there's only so much that you can control in life, you're going to feel an enormous weight off of you.
Right.
I can't control what Case does. I can't control what his mindless minions want to see or not see. I can't control the people that allow him to behave like that. All I can control is how I show up for it. And hope that there's enough people. Listen, I know that people 20 and younger, they're going to be in on this and love this drama. I know people with miserable lives. This is what makes them happy, messing with people's real lives. And look at how easy it is to be a bully behind a computer screen.
Exactly.
So that gives people a lot more power. They should use it in a more, in a better way. They should use it in a more positive way. But the world is angry right now. And you have people like Case that perpetuate it more and more and more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you have people that run in people's comments that when somebody says, I don't want to talk about that person anymore, and then somebody brings it up, and the person, they jump in on the bait. It's like, first of all, this is what this person wanted you to do. You just perform for them. You know what I'm saying? And because this person that's writing it in the comments doesn't have a life of their own. So they try to manipulate. In the meantime, they're probably some messed up piece of shit, sorry, online that doesn't look like anybody in their avatar and has some sort of miserable way about themselves, because those would be the only people that would enjoy, chaos and anger. I mean, watch the news, man. It's here. You don't have to make people behave a certain way. Watch the news.
Right. No, I know.
Yeah.
I just, like I said, I just wanted to mention, the little portion I saw. I didn't stick around long. I didn't comment. I was just observing the chat for a reason. And I told you that, excuse me. And it was disgusting. And then, like I said, there's other videos they put out, I'm sure other people have sent to you and told you about. And very disturbing that somebody would say or make such an accusation against someone. That's serious shit they're putting out there.
As
That's
long as you don't put the picture up, though. Don't put the picture up that was in the magazine. Please don't do that.
yeah, right. But I mean, the stuff that they were talking about, it told me their ages just based on the conversation. Do you know, like,
Mhm.
and I thought, I hope my kids don't act
Thank
like
you so much. Thank you so much. You don't have to do this, but thank you so much. I appreciate you. I'm sorry.
but
I
you
just
know, it's just, it was disgusting. Like I said, I wanted to, after our church and hearing, you know, the interruptions we had during
here's
church.
one of those people, just so you know. We need to bring attention to them. Here's one of
Somebody,
those people. Oh yeah. Here we go. Here's one of those
yeah,
people. Just
yeah,
want to make
but
sure you know that.
I just don't understand how at any age, like, I mean, especially, I know that these people, the live that I watched, I know that this guy is not, it's not a kid in middle school, obviously. He should know better. There are certain things you can say maybe and get away with, but when you're accusing someone of some of the things they're saying about you, and I don't know how in their minds they can think that's okay. And then all these followers think it's okay. And then they join in and they start talking shit. I just don't get that. I mean,
I
I
just
don't know.
explained it to you, though. I mean, I just
No, and
told you.
I'm still
You
trying
know.
to absorb it all. But, you know, anything that I've seen you put out there, you're not bashing other content creators. You know, from what I can see about you, you're that type of person. You're just out here putting content out and based on facts. I mean, I don't see you making videos and accusing people of being some of the words you used before. You know, I don't see you doing that to other people. And I just don't get it. You're their content, I guess. And that's, they were making money. They were getting money during the live last night to talk shit about you. People
Oh,
were,
absolutely so. And I will continue to be. I will. Thank you so much, T bro. You guys don't have to do this. I will continue to be their content until they find better content.
right.
And
That's
and and they will continue to say that they are putting out great content. And I'll say thank you for that. I mean, there's nothing that I can do about that. You know, Evil Ghost, apparently, here we go. We got this person's back. So Evil Ghost is going to be making a video about me, and this person doesn't know me at all. I mean, so the video that you're making about me can only be critical of, here's about my work. And you could be critical of my work. Listen, anybody could be critical of my work. You don't have to like my channel. This is all that I've ever asked of anybody. Like, I took real offense. I'm going to just come out with it. I took real offense when people got mad at me for having Katie Cakes on my channel and me doing an interview with her. And I thought to myself, wait a minute. This is my channel. I want to have her on. I'm looking forward to having her on because I wanted to do that imitation of Ryan Anderson so bad. And I thought we'd have fun. And I would ask some questions, but nothing serious. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it was for fun. And I lost subscribers. And I said to myself, go. You know, there's thousands of videos on my channel. There's over 1,000 videos on my channel. There's hundreds and hundreds of videos, justice for Dee Dee, serious things about Dee Dee and Gypsy, so much. And then there's where I'm having fun and joking around. And then there's, like there's different things, but there's definitely justice for Dee Dee and there's definitely justice for Nick. And it also showed in all my work. But I put up this video where I've already imitated Ryan and everything, and people hate me. And I went back at these people and I said to them, how dare you? First of all, you don't have any faith in the truth train if you think these videos are going to distract people from them. Why do all of my videos have to be about the truth train? Why do all of my videos have to be about serious stuff when there are videos that aren't always about serious stuff? Like, I'm always roasting Ryan. I'm always joking around with things that I can joke around about. So, I mean, I took real offense to that. And I said to myself, it's a channel. If you don't like this, then don't watch it. But
Right.
I said to myself, go away. If you can ignore the hundreds of videos I put out that have to do with the seriousness of the crime and everything, and you're going to throw it away because I did an interview with somebody, go. I don't want you here. I
Right.
don't want you here. And I have that right. It's kind of like, you know, you own a restaurant and somebody comes in and they start shit and you say, listen, I don't want you here. Take your business
Right.
elsewhere. That's the same way I feel. People have come to me, man, you lost a lot of people today. I took those people out. I took those people out. And the ones that I took out, yeah, okay. I want to be honest about stuff too. They're troll accounts. They're negative comments, but they're troll accounts. If there's a negative comment and there's a legitimate person there, I leave it. I leave it. And I've even said, if you reach out to me, I'm happy to talk to you, you know, email and stuff like that. But people are still going to hate. People are still going to like or not like, and that's fine. I can't control the way they go about it, but to have people come after me because somebody sicked them on you, what's wrong with you? Because that's the problem with Evil Ghost. You know, he doesn't know me, I don't know him, but somebody sicked him on me because they got butthurt because I stuck up for somebody else the same way I stuck up for them. Only it was against them that I stuck up for the somebody else, but it was for them when I stuck up for them against somebody else. So, I mean, it's so petty and so ridiculous, but it's there on video. You could see where the crack occurred, where everything happened, and you could see where everything was cool before that. So I can't change history. I'm not going to, but people want to look to get a fair thing. Okay. People don't want to spend the time to look. Okay. I mean, you know what I mean? That's it. My work shows I don't delete anything. So as far as work goes, I don't delete any of my videos or any of my posts.
Right.
You know. Thank you for putting that there, Rebecca.
Yeah, no, like I don't know if you were following the chat, but you know, that's the person that came in and announced that Ghost was doing a live. And
well, this person too wants to just ask me if I've seen the pictures yet. Yes.
Yeah, I heard that too. I didn't personally see
I've
the
seen
pictures.
I've seen them. Yes.
I don't want to. I think that's disgusting, personally.
Well, the only problem with that, let me tell you something. The only problem with that is that anybody that heard the story knows that Jennifer and I were broken up for almost 20 years. So I have let it be known that Jennifer spent her last years with somebody and he found her. So he's going to probably find this shit and that's going to be their problem.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah. It's terrible. I you know, this stuff, like I said, that was coming up. And I think it's funny that the people that are coming in now asking if you saw the pictures and stuff, it's like you could look at that and think, oh, you know, they're looking out for you and asking, had you seen them yet?
Oh,
but
no.
then you
No,
realize,
they're
like,
not.
oh, no, it's not
No.
that. And it's
No,
like,
no.
you know, really, you took time to log in and get on here at the end
No,
of our
they don't take much time. These are the sock accounts is what I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to make you understand. This isn't a person with any kind of real brains or anything. You might as well look at this person as a bot.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, that's really, yeah, because that's their whole goal. Pavlov's dog. That's what it is. They want their treat, and their treat is a reaction.
Yeah.
So it's look, he thinks, look, I want to show you. This is going to make me do something. You see how big they're writing?
Yeah. You know what? I can tell you, I wasn't going to say who the live was last night, but it is this person they're talking about. And I can tell you this. I'd rather shit in a parking lot naked than watch another live stream that piece of shit does. I could tell you that right now. He was
Don't give them anything. So, Rebecca,
No,
stop.
it's just they're children.
They are.
Yeah,
But
it's
this is the
childish.
reaction. But Rebecca, this is the reaction that they want. Please don't give it to them.
We should just, they shouldn't even come in here. We should get rid of that person. We don't even need to see what they have.
Okay,
to
well, okay. Well, I'll do that. I'll do that.
Disgusting.
They're just going to come in.
Somebody
They're just
else.
gonna,
Yeah, I know.
exactly. They're just going to come in under somebody else.
It's disgusting. It's disgusting. I don't have any reason to watch another live that they do. What I saw yesterday.
Yeah, but you're not their audience, Rebecca. You're not their audience. You know, they don't go for sensible people.
No.
The sensible people don't watch them.
No,
They're
and
a
they're a whole
drama
different-
community. Yeah,
They're just a
Pavlov's
whole
dog.
different-
I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
They're just young, dumb, and broke is what I call them.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a whole different crowd. And
He's putting up some great content. Well, M's been gone. How you doing, M? How you doing? Yeah, she's been gone for a minute. She's put up some great content. Absolute great content. You should go check out her channel. She's doing some fun stuff, and she got a puppy. Well, not really a puppy. A grown dog, but still responsible. Responsibility.
But anyway,
Mm-hmm.
I think we're finished. What do you think? We had a great show today. The two speakers that came up, I think they were both great and brave. And I think we do good things here on Monday.
We do.
And we're going to continue to do it. You know, nobody can stop that. They can say what they want. The people that have been here with you and, you know, allowed me to come in and they accepted me. And I think we have a good thing going. And people are going to believe. We can't change what somebody believes. So if anybody goes to that dark side and believes what they're hearing, then they can stay on that dark side, in my opinion. We don't need it here.
Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate this. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate you guys. And we'll see you next week. And I'll see you before because I got some videos to put out. Thank you. Say
Everybody
goodbye,
have a
Rebecca.
good week.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.